The fire crackled, warm light filled the cabin. Professor John Oldman, a man of quiet wisdom, was leaving. Friends, colleagues gathered to say goodbye, an anthropologist, a historian, a biologist, all drawn to John's enigmatic aura. Laughter echoed, memories shared, a simple farewell, or so they thought.
I have something to tell you, a secret I've held close for a very long time.
John, with a twinkle in his eye, began to speak. His words, measured, calm, the room fell silent. Anticipation hung in the air. Their friend, their colleague, was about to unveil his soul. John's words, slow at first, gained momentum, each sentence more compelling than the last. He spoke of a life lived across millennia, a journey through the annals of time. He spoke of witnessing the dawn of civilization, the rise and fall of empires. His tale, unbelievable, impossible, yet told with such sincerity, left everyone spellbound. He was 14,000 years old, a solitary traveler through time. The silence shattered as he finished. Incredulity, amusement, fear, flickered across the faces of his guests, each emotion more intense than the last. His story, a fantastical tale woven for their amusement, or perhaps something more, or a truth too profound to comprehend, a reality that defied all logic.
This is absurd. 14,000 years old, that's impossible. It defies everything we know.
Harry, the biologist, scoffed, his scientific mind rejecting the impossible, clinging to the known.
Could it be true? It's fascinating, yet so hard to believe. The implications are staggering.
Edith, the historian, listened with a mixture of fascination and disbelief, her mind racing through historical possibilities. Each guest grappled with the revelation, their reactions mirroring their disciplines, their minds struggling to accept or reject the incredible story. The room transformed into a crucible of inquiry. Questions flew, challenges issued. John, the subject of their inquisition, remained calm, his demeanor unwavering. He answered their queries with patience, his words carefully chosen.
I understand your skepticism, but what I speak of is my truth. I have witnessed ancient tribes, spoken forgotten languages, seen events lost to history.
Could he prove his claims? Were there witnesses to his extraordinary existence? His answers, shrouded in the mists of time, only deepened the mystery. His story, a tapestry woven with threads of truth and fantasy, captivated his audience. They were drawn into his world, a world where the impossible seemed tantalizingly within reach. The debate intensified. Arguments flared as John's tale challenged the very foundation of their beliefs. Science and reason clashed with faith and the supernatural. The tension in the room crackled, fueled by their intellectual wrestling. Art, the anthropologist, saw parallels to ancient myths, stories whispered across generations. Was John a living embodiment of these tales, a bridge between legend and reality? The line between fact and fiction blurred, leaving them questioning their own perceptions.
I'm not asking you to believe me blindly. I only wish to share my journey, and perhaps you might see the world through a different lens.
The room fell into a contemplative silence, the weight of John's words hanging in the air, challenging everything they thought they knew. Section 5, The Weight of Time. John's story turned somber. He spoke of the burden of immortality, the pain of watching loved ones age and die.
I've seen civilizations rise and fall, each one thinking they would last forever. The cyclical nature of history, it's both fascinating and heartbreaking.
His words, heavy with sorrow, revealed the true cost of his gift. He had loved and lost, experienced joy and despair.
My life is a testament to the enduring spirit of humanity, both beautiful and tragic.
His guests, moved by his vulnerability, began to see him not as a mythical being, but as a man grappling with an unimaginable existence. Section 6, A Life Beyond Comprehension. As the night deepened, so did their understanding of John. His knowledge of history, art, and culture was breathtaking.
I've met historical figures, witnessed pivotal events, and seen the world before written history. A world of nomadic tribes and oral traditions.
His recollections, detailed and insightful, challenged their preconceived notions of the past.
Ancient cultures had their own beliefs and customs. I've seen them or lived through them.
His knowledge, vast and intricate, was a testament to a life lived across millennia. Section 7, The Heart of the Matter. The conversation turned to religion. John's insights into the origins of faith, his encounters with key religious figures, were met with resistance. His words, though profound, stirred a deep unease among the listeners.
Could I be the missing link, the source of your spiritual beliefs? Could my existence challenge everything you hold dear?
The room crackled with tension. Will, a devoutly religious man, felt his faith shaken, the very foundation of his beliefs crumbling. His mind raced, trying to reconcile John's revelations with his own deeply held convictions.
This can't be true. Everything I believe in, it's falling apart. How can one man hold so much power over our understanding?
The weight of John's revelations proved too much. His face contorted in anguish, his breath coming in ragged gasps. The room seemed to close in on him, the air thick with anxiety.
My chest, I can't breathe. The pain is unbearable.
A heart attack. Panic seized the room. John, his face etched with concern, watched as they tried to save their friend. The gravity of the situation was palpable, every second stretching into an eternity.
Will, hold on. Please, we need you to stay with us.
His immortality, a source of both wonder and terror, now stood as a stark reminder of their own mortality. The fragility of life was laid bare, a poignant contrast to John's eternal existence. Section 8. A solitary journey continues. The ambulance arrived, its siren wailing a mournful song. Will, his life hanging by a thread, was gone. The scene was chaotic, filled with urgency and despair.
I'm so sorry. I never wanted this. I never imagined it would end this way.
The guests, shaken and grieving, looked to John. Was his story true? Could they have prevented this? Had their disbelief cost a life? The weight of their doubt was now a heavy burden.
Take care of each other. Remember, life is precious. Cherish every moment.
John, his eyes filled with sorrow, gathered his belongings, each item a reminder of the journey. He offered words of comfort, trying to ease the pain of those around him. He offered words of comfort, his voice a low murmur in the stunned silence. His voice a low murmur in the stunned silence, a gentle attempt to mend broken spirits.
Goodbye, my friends. I hope you find peace.
He then stepped out into the night, the cool air a stark contrast to the warmth inside. A solitary figure disappearing into the darkness. The fire burned low, casting long shadows on the faces of those who remained. The flickering flames mirrored their turbulent thoughts. John's story, unbelievable, unsettling, yet undeniably compelling, would forever alter their lives. They would never see the world the same way again.
My journey continues. I must find my own answers.
They were left to grapple with the implications of his existence, questioning everything they once knew. Their own beliefs irrevocably changed. Conversations lingered on what they had witnessed. The man who claimed to be older than time itself walked among them no more. His presence, a ghostly memory. His story, however, would live on. It would be told and retold, a legend in the making.